oil changes, tire rotations, your overall car maintenance, think Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube is the place to take your car for your next road trip. Jiffy Lube, proud sponsor of Stiles Watkins Radio Road Trip to Las Vegas. We are joined by Andrew Sendejo, former NFL safety, 12 years in the NFL. And Andrew, we've been here for 2 days now. You're the first person to bring gifts.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you talk about the gifts that you brought us, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Never show up empty-handed.
That's
exactly.
right.
That's a veteran move.
Great manners.
Veteran move. Yeah, man. So after 12 years of just seeing prolonged head trauma, myself, my peers, while we were playing, there weren't a lot of products out there that were specifically for your brain or for ADHD type symptoms. And so my co-founder also played in the NFL. We went to college together. We hired his mom as our neurologist on our staff to help formulate all these products. And so we just set out to create a line of products that all work together to enhance and preserve your brain health. So we have products for focus, memory, neuroprotection, stress and anxiety, sleep. And then what you're holding there is our electrolyte stick pack product with ingredients for focus. This is brain water, smart hydration for the brain and body. So we just wanted to kind of address all these different areas that help improve your brain health, and use ingredients that have human clinical studies on them, proven to be effective at the dosages that we have in our products. We donate a portion of our proceeds to Alzheimer's research.
Awesome.
So we're just, like I said, man, we're here to help. Originally started as something to kind of help ourselves and our teammates, and then realized, shoot, like everybody really needs some better products like this to help get people off of the Adderall and off of the prescription medications and get to these more natural, but still proven to be effective ingredients. So yeah, man, we're chugging right along. This has been, a passion turned business project post career. And even for myself, I had a very gruesome career ending concussion, very rowdy, like almost like a double concussion, like ran into the guy, got completely knocked out, and then did a nosedive into the turf, which that alone can cause a concussion. So I was pretty sideways for a while. Like my focus, my brain fog, all this stuff was just really bad. And so was able to use my own products to kind of restore my brain health and get me like close back to baseline. Obviously still some work to do after years and years of that, but we're getting there, chipping away. So yeah, if like I said, I give this to my mom, my dad, my family. Obviously I'm a customer of my own product as well. So yeah, man, we're just trying to help. We want to make brain health affordable and available to everybody. We try to keep our products at a price range that, even from our humble beginnings, someone like, the way we grew up could afford these types of products. And too often we see these people, because they're brain products, they like to price it really high. Well, now you're weeding out a lot of people that need these products that can't afford them. So obviously we are still a for-profit business. We have to pay the bills, and we have to continue to, find new formulas and new ingredients. But we try to just be very fair. Like I said, we're kind of like the brain health supplement, like for the people in a sense, and not like some companies that are just looking to get rich.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I mean, obviously it's become a huge topic in the NFL, just, the brain health and keeping everybody, especially their minds right. And, how tough was it, especially as a safety? You kind of played in that period where the NFL went through, especially with tackling, like, how is the safest way to play this game?
There is no safe way.
How hard was it to adjust?
It's
because they were literally telling you, like, you have to kind of essentially relearn how to form tackle.
I mean, it was at one point that I thought the only way you could play the game and not get a flag was just to like detach your head and just like leave it to the side. So they're like, you can't touch with any part of your head, and I'm like, it's the most forward point of my body. Like I can't like get rid of, so
especially at the speeds that the game's played at.
I mean, and actually, the part that was just, that was sad is that you were actually making the defensive player, you're putting him at risk, because if you're going in for a tackle and they say to like put your head to the side, well, now you're exposing the side of your head, and that's when you get, concussed, and that's when you get knocked out. Versus I've never got knocked out ever in my life by getting hit right here in the forehead. But anytime I tried to go to the side, that's when you would have some injuries. And it happens so fast. Some guys are ducking right before the play. You just, you can't really always avoid it at times. And, it happens so fast. Nowadays I feel like the refs, they just throw a flag depending on how violent the play is. It could be clean, it could be shoulder, but if it's too violent, they're naturally gonna throw a flag, and then they'll go over it later. So Tom Brady, I always used to say this, but nobody took me serious until Tom Brady said it. Weird, but a lot of these are the quarterback's fault for throwing into coverages that you're not supposed to.
Right.
And so I would always say, I'm like, this is like, they should find the quarterback for throwing it here. Like, I have to go, like, I'm standing right there in the post. Like, I'm going to hit
your
this
job.
guy, literally. And so now I'm getting fined, $50,000 because this quarterback threw it where he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Like, I should just forward that over to send him an invoice for that.
Yeah.
And so I would always say that. And people are like, yeah, blah, blah. And then Tom Brady comes out and is like, it's the quarterback's fault. And they're like, see, Tom Brady.
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell, man? I've been saying this for years.
Right.
No one wants to listen to me.
It's just like when you're in class and you're raising your hand. Is anybody want to say something? I've been raising my hand the whole time as we talk to Andrew Sendejo, former NFL safety in the league for 12 years, 9 with Minnesota. And Chris, Chris has been very, very professional about this, but Chris is a Vikings fan.
Huge.
And so we've gotten through enough of the interview. And I just want to say, good job, Chris.
Thank you.
But if you want to ask any fan-type questions for Andrew, please do it now.
All right. I've got 2 for you.
Okay.
First off, can I get a Bud Grant story?
Bud Grant. Okay, let's go into the archives.
Yes.
Bud Grant. It is January 14th, 2016, I believe. The wildcard playoff game against the Seahawks.
Yes.
Negative like 27 outside or something crazy. He's our honorary captain.
Yes.
And he walks out to the coin toss with a polo shirt on with no sleeves.
Yeah.
No long sleeves, no gloves.
And how old is he at this point?
Like 105. So like we're all sitting there like freezing dead. We got our little hand warmers and all of our and this guy just walks out there, stone cold killer. Like nothing on, just like completely unfazed as the honorary captain. And I was like, holy cow, that's like what a tough old man looks like. But apparently from his stories, he didn't care how cold it was. The guys practice outside, they practice in the cold. Like I just remember it was so cold that you're almost in like survival mode. Like, you at times you're not even thinking about the game. You're like, dude, I'm gonna lose my fingers. And this guy just out there like it's no big deal.
Incredible. Nuts. Yeah. And then the second one I have, we were talking the other day, unfortunately, after the Lions lost, Teddy Bridgewater retired. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm just going to assume from everything I've heard about Teddy, I hear he's one of the best, most favored teammates that people have ever had. Can you tell me something about Teddy? And just
luckily for you, Teddy was my locker mate. Right.
Love that. Perfect. So, awesome.
Teddy is an absolute sweetheart, man. Great dude. He had the bet. That's why everyone loved him, because he had the like, goody two shoe quarterback part of him that he could do to, media and all that. But like in the locker room, like he was still one of the boys.
Yeah.
And so he could kind of flip that switch in between.
Yeah.
But like, was a very humble, very nice, just a sweet guy all around. And that's why everyone loves him.
Yeah.
Always, joking, having a good time. But yeah, there's nobody that dislikes Teddy. Like, I don't think there's
that's what I've heard.
I don't think you'll find anyone anywhere that is like, I don't like that guy.
Right.
Like, there's nobody.
Yeah.
Not even like his ex-girlfriends from his past. They're like, they probably still are like, no, he's sweet. Like,
it was my fault.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, what? He's got a kid's book. I mean, he retires and then instantly coaches high school football. And I know he was involved with coaching in Miami previously to that.
Yeah. I think he just he realizes that there is kind of a higher calling of helping out, especially from his beginnings and his upbringing and like the position he's in now. And he's fortunate enough to be able to give back and help out. And so, it's great to see that he's, taking that path of, doesn't need to have another flashy job after football. He's like
paying it forward.
He's like, man, I already did my thing. Like, I'm going to go help out now. So it's great to see.
Yeah.
There you go. Andrew, talking to Andrew Sendejo, former NFL safety. Before we get you out of here, got to get your pick for the big game. Niners, Chiefs, who you got?
I'm going Chiefs.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going Chiefs, man. They just
Is it just Mahomes?
it's just more of the experience. Like there's so many guys on that roster that have been in these games already so much that I don't think that they will kind of collapse to the magnitude of the game. I mean, dude, even after the AFC Championship game, like they looked like they had just won like a preseason game. Like it didn't look like they were even like, you know, they weren't freaking
Excited,
out.
yeah.
They were just like, yeah, it's another Super
Another
Bowl.
day.
Like,
Yep.
yeah. And so I think that it reminds me a lot of, you know, Patriot era where like they were just going all the time. And so all those guys were so used to the schedule change, the super long halftime, like all the little things that affect the week, being away from home the whole week, Super Bowl week, all those little things. These guys have a routine. They're used to it. And they've been playing good ball. Like they'll just, you know, I think they always just kind of find a way to figure it out. So I'm going to go. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs right now.
Yeah.
There you go. Andrew Sendejo, former NFL safety, 12 years in the league, 9 with Chris's Minnesota Vikings. Andrew, thank you so much. And be sure to check out BrainTreeNutrition.com. Andrew doing great things with BrainTree Nutrition. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, guys.
All righty, let's get to a break. When we get back, more Stiles and Watkins from Vegas. Thanks to Jiffy Lube, Sactown Sports.